Overnight, President Trump has been on Truth Social, of course he has, and to announce what he grandly describes as a total and complete ceasefire between Israel and Iran, proclaiming the end to what he's now rebranded the 12-day war. According to Trump, Iran would begin a 12-hour cessation of hostilities, followed by Israel, leading to a formal end of conflict within 24 hours. The problem with this is that no one else seems to agree the war is over. Iran denies it, Israel has not confirmed it, the Pentagon remains silent, and global diplomats are blinking into the fog of disinformation, wondering whether they're witnessing a breakthrough or a dangerous fantasy by an old man with a wig. Trump's message was unmistakably Trumpian, theatrical, absolutist, strategically opaque. He offered congratulations to both sides, claiming that they had shown the stamina, courage, and intelligence to end a war he seemed keen to own as both instigator and peacemaker, and his post declared the ceasefire would begin in approximately 6 hours and that both countries had agreed to a structured de-escalation. He ended with the message, God bless Israel, God bless Iran, God bless the Middle East, God bless the United States of America, and God bless the world. It's pure Trump, part preacher, part salesman, part emperor, but not, it seems, part diplomat or part realist. Iran's response has been blunt and dismissive. Its foreign minister, Abbas Araghchi, has publicly denied that any ceasefire has been agreed. Instead, he's accused the US and Israel of deception, warning that Tehran would not put down its guard and that Israel started this war in the first place. He later clarified that Iran would not escalate further if Israel ceased its aggression by 4 a.m. Tehran time, not because of any agreement, but as a matter of strategic discretion. He described Iranian missile attacks, including a strike on the US airbase in Qatar, as justified retaliation. So while operations may have paused, Iran insists this is not a negotiated peace. It is certainly not a treaty. At best, it's a tactical pause, and more plausibly a propaganda skirmish. Israel has been notably tight-lipped. Prime Minister Netanyahu reportedly ordered his cabinet to refrain from public comment. That in itself is telling. Israeli officials have acknowledged that their military operations in Iran may soon conclude, but that's not confirmation of a ceasefire. It's merely an indication that the campaign may have achieved its objectives or reached a natural limit. In truth, Israel's silence suggests skepticism about both the feasibility and the durability of Trump's ceasefire plan. Why might Trump announce a ceasefire that isn't real? Why might Trump do anything? The answer is likely political. With over 900 Iranians dead and the US now directly involved following strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities, Trump needs to claim a win and avoid a wider war. Announcing a ceasefire, even unilaterally, is an effort to seize the narrative and force Iran into a diplomatic corner. Iran, by contrast, has little incentive to accept Trump's framing. It sees the ceasefire declaration as a trap, an attempt to get Tehran to stand down while the US and Israel regroup or deliver a final blow. Of course, with this narrative, if Iran now attacks Israel, Trump can turn around and say, well, Iran broke the ceasefire. Meanwhile, the UK, France and Germany have expressed concern. Keir Starmer has urged a return to talks, but Labour's support base, particularly Muslim and liberal ones, may view this with growing discomfort, especially as British complicity becomes more visible through naval deployments and intelligence sharing. Of course, Keir Starmer looks a fool and looks inadequate. Don't get involved in this war. De-escalate. Oh, America's going to de-escalate, and then they bomb. So it doesn't look very much as if America gives a damn for what Britain has to say. If this is a ceasefire in name only, the dangers are clear. Iran might yet block the Strait of Hormuz through mining, sabotage, or proxy attacks, triggering an energy crisis and drawing in further Western retaliation. The US presence in the Gulf remains on high alert. Britain may be asked to step up its naval commitments, reminiscent of Thatcher's Miller patrol in the 1980s. There are echoes here of the tanker war, of Operation Earnest Will, and of the tragic downing of the Iran Air 655 by the USS. What was the name? I can't remember the name. I'm sorry, but peace declarations made without real coordination tend to backfire, don't they? And for Trump, the deeper irony is this: he claimed to end a war he refused to admit that he started. So, what do we make of this? A ceasefire that exists only in one man's imagination is not a ceasefire, it's a press release, and a dangerous one at that. The Middle East doesn't need American theatrics or premature declarations of peace. It needs realism, diplomacy, and above all, credibility. And if Trump truly wants to end this war, he must do the thing that he most resists. He must hand over the megaphone and open a back channel. Until then, let's not be fooled. The fog of war is thick, and the fog of Trumpism is thicker still. And thicker, I think, we use in the sense of not terribly clever.